the vast majority of back and neck pain is not genetic, and it's not from trauma. It's from prolonged poor postures. This is a fact. You know, there's no one really denying that, from the medical community to the physical therapists to really anyone. Okay,
Wow.
so I was helping people with that aspect, because back pain is incapacitating. Once you have a back problem, it lays you out. You know what I mean? So,
You know, as you talk, I want to do a little plugging,
okay.
from the Islamic point of view. You know, that's why the Prophet, peace be upon him, says we should live in this world like a traveler. Because if you keep moving, you automatically will get away from these regular program postures that people just sit in the office 24/7, 8 to 4, certain movements you're just stuck with. But if you travel and you move around and you keep on going, beside the regular gym exercise,
Definitely.
just naturally, you see how Islam is so beautiful into our lifestyle?
Absolutely.
It says with
Absolutely.
harakat, there's barakat.
Barakah.
With
Harakah,
movement,
barakah.
there's
There you
Allah.
go.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's funny what you said too just now too. I call it the other 23. The other 23 hours of the day are more important than that 1 hour you spend in the gym. So all these people, and the medical science shows that you can go to the gym and break yourself down like you've been run over by a bus by the time you leave. If you go sit for a 9 to 5 job and the majority of that time spent sitting, then you go home and watch TV sitting and commute for 2 hours a day sitting. If you do that, you unravel the benefits that you gained from the exercise from a metabolic standpoint.
Wow.
So on that
And
note,
I hope our viewers are listening to this, because this is a spiritual and a very healthy conversation.
Right.
So I want to wrap that in.
right, and I want to circle back as to why it's spiritual in a second here, and you can
Yes.
back it up with better information maybe than I can, I'm sure. But 75% of all the chronic illnesses in the world, right? Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and even we'll put back pain and neck pain into that. 75% of all the non-communicable, in other words, you didn't catch it. 75% of all the chronic illnesses that are plaguing mankind now are from lifestyle. And this is a fact, right? The medical community is admitting that. 75 cents of every dollar spent in the United States on healthcare is spent on diseases or conditions that were sort of I don't want to say inflicted, but I'm going to say it, by lifestyle. Okay?
Of course.
So
that's why, and I'm going to interrupt you a little
Yeah,
bit, so you
please.
stick onto your spot where you're going to continue.
Please, please.
That's why when the presidents of the United States of America campaign, a lot of their discussion and conversation in campaigning is about health.
Sure.
And their big fight is over health.
Yeah.
What best health plan they can bring about for the people, because what you're saying is correct. 75% of people's concern is
Maybe
all about
more.
health. Maybe
Yeah.
more, you're right.
Yeah. So when I started to realize all of this, and by the way, we could say that it's dietary. We could say that it's sedentary. We could say that it's poor sleep. It's all of it. Thus, the holistic nature of things. You cannot compartmentalize your health. You can't say I'm going to work out all the time but eat horribly, or I'm going to eat really well but never move. I'm going to, you can't.
It's a balance.
You have to be balanced. And
Yes.
again, our religion, alhamdulillah, the deen has numerous hadiths and ayahs about this subject.
And live in a balanced life.
Definitely.
Eat in balance, live in balance, everything, yeah.
So, the sedentary part though, let's stick to that, because I want to send a message to the children. I want to send a message to the parents regarding the children. We are, the average time that children now are spending seated, right, per day is 10 to 14 hours. Okay, that's what's happened. It wasn't that way when I was growing up. I'm sure it wasn't that. That's not the way it was.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we are starting to see physical imbalances in the way they walk, okay, as well as irregular spinal curvatures by the age of 6 years old, 7 years old in children. Why? Because up to kindergarten they're running around. By first grade, they sit them down, the hip flexors begin to shorten, the hip extensors begin to lengthen, they're in a slouch posture, then they go home and the people put them on an iPad, you know what I'm saying? So this is causing, as like I said, 10 to 14 hours of sitting, and it's already causing musculoskeletal disorders in the kids, as well as an increase in type 2 diabetes in children. We're starting to see